Note to learner: this video provides content that will be hosted on the Ginnie Mae LMS in the near future. In this video, you will not be able to interact with screen content to include selecting pop-ups, launching resource hyperlinks, and answering knowledge check questions. Nonetheless, you will be presented with all of the content presented in the interactive e-learning training. Though the audio narration may request that you select items or buttons on the screen, please pause the video to read the content and then select play to continue with the video. When the video advances to a knowledge check, please pause the video and try to answer the question in your head. Select play to see the correct answer or answers to the question.
Welcome to Multifamily, Making Changes to Pools. The purpose of this training is to examine the conventional and modernized methods for multifamily pool conversions. Select objectives to learn what you will be able to do by the end of this module. Select Next to continue when you are ready. A construction loan pool will convert to the permanent loan, project loan, or PN pool. This occurs upon completion of the construction period and when the final construction loan draw is to be issued and delivered. There are two ways to submit a multifamily conversion: conventional method or modernized method. Note, all construction loan pools must convert to project loan pools. Select Next to continue. A Type 3 conversion is the submission of the PN pool with the manual return of the construction loan certificates, CLCs, positions. It is with issuance of the permanent loan security, position, through the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, FRBNY. Whoever holds all the CLCs must return the positions to the FRBNY for cancellation. This is so the project loan position can be issued and delivered. Select Next to continue. An issuer must submit a Type 3 conversion when there is not a final draw. They must also submit a Type 3 conversion if the issuer advances or funds are less than the minimum security amount of $1,000. Additionally, they must submit a Type 3 conversion if the final draw is less than the schedule principal collected and loan commenced amortization. Issuers cannot request a Type 3 conversion with draw issuance in the same month. For example, if you issue the last draw in April, you are to convert in May, not April. Select Next to continue. A Type 5 conversion is when the final draw and PN conversion are submitted together for issuance. The final CLC is delivered for settlement. 3 business days later, the CLC is automatically canceled when the PN is delivered through the FRBNY for settlement. The CLCs are canceled off the system. Select Next to continue. There are 5 steps in the Type 5 conversion process. First, the issuer contacts the pool processing agent, PPA, to obtain investors of record for the construction loan, CL, pool. Second, the PPA contacts FRBNY for dealer and investor details and then forwards the information to issuer. Third, the final draw or PN Type 5 conversion submission is received by the PPA. Fourth, the PPA contacts FRBNY to send a broadcast message to dealers and investors regarding the conversion. Fifth, and lastly, CL-PN conversion is approved for issuance and settlement. Select Next to continue. To make modifications, an issuer must contact Ginnie Mae and obtain investor approval. Note that it may be a manual pool submission. Select Next to continue. For an increase or decrease in a pool, an issuer needs to do the following. They must contact the PPA for system parameters. They need to make the request through MFPDM or Ginnie Net for most submissions. Construction loan pools in Ginnie Net must remain in Ginnie Net. And issuers also must obtain approval from HUD for mortgage increase or decrease. Investor acknowledgement may be required prior to submission. Select Next to continue. Securities are prepared and delivered in accordance with instructions provided by the issuer on Form HUD 11705, Schedule of Subscribers and Ginnie Mae Guarantee Agreement. HUD 11705 prescribes that the security interest rate to be 25 to 50 basis points below the mortgage interest rate collateralizing all multifamily pool types, except for LS. For LS pool types, the security's interest rate must be at least 50 basis points less than the mortgage rate. All Ginnie Mae securities are settled using FRB, Federal Reserve Bank, as Ginnie Mae's depository. Multifamily new pool information required on Form HUD 11705, Schedule of Subscribers, is entered on the Multifamily Pool Details 11705 screen in MFPDM. A pool record must be created before mortgage detail records or FRB subscriber data can be added. Most of the fields on the Multifamily Pool Details 11705 record are required for data entry or system generated. Select Next to continue. Construction loan draws are submitted during the life of the CLCS that draws down on the mortgage amount of the project. On the Draw History Details page, the issuer enters each draw issuance for the life of the construction loan until the conversion to the project loan takes place. The initial construction loan pool is considered the first construction loan draw submission. Each draw submission will have a different draw number and draw issue date. The system keeps a history of each draw issued in connection to a project until the pool converts. Select Next to continue. Take a moment to review the Draw History Details field list on the screen. Use the vertical scroll bar on the right side to examine all fields and their descriptions. Select Next to continue when you are ready. Now check your understanding. Now check your understanding. Now check your understanding. The goal of this training is to provide learners with the information they need about conventional and modernized methods for multifamily pool conversions. You learned about the two ways used to submit a multifamily conversion, the conventional method and modernized method. For the conventional method or Type 3 conversion, you learned that a PN pool is submitted through the FRBNY. You also learned the situations in which an issuer must submit a Type 3 conversion. You learned that the modernized method is a Type 5 conversion. This is when the final draw and PN conversion are submitted together for issuance. You learned that for modifications, you are required to contact Ginnie Mae. Investor approval is required, and you must submit the pool manually. For an increase or decrease in the mortgage amount, you need to contact the PPA for system parameters. This can be done through MFPDM or GinnieNet for most submissions, but CL pools in GinnieNet must remain in GinnieNet. In addition, HUD's approval is required, and investor acknowledgement may be required. You should now be able to distinguish between conventional and modernized methods for multifamily pool conversions. This concludes the training. You may use the exit button to leave this presentation at this time.